Hello and welcome back to the Patterson Miller Sports Page. I'm your humble host, Todd Patterson, joined as always in the studio by the one and only Activities Director for Washington Community School District, Coach Nathan Miller. How are you doing, sir?
Good afternoon. It's been a minute.
Yeah, how many of these have we not done?
It's been before Christmas,
maybe
right?
3 in a row-ish. It's good to be back. I was sick before Christmas. I got better, and now I'm sick again.
Yeah, I've got a little head thing going too.
Yeah.
Left ear.
Just like no volume in it all of a sudden.
Yeah, and then just a little soreness in the neck. And, yeah.
Well, I'm thrilled to let you know who's in the studio today. We have head coach of the boys Demons basketball team, Collin Stark, and he's joined by a couple of his stud basketballers, Logan McDowell and Cale Williams.
A legitimate dunker in the house today.
Somebody
dunker here that legitimately can put it down.
I for years I was, had my money on McKenna Conrad, and she just never quite did it. No. She was close a few times. So.
She was. Yep.
So looking forward to talking to the basketball team here in a few minutes. But Coach, what do you got going for us in the school district?
Well, we've had quite a bit going on recently, especially with all these weather-related struggles and possibly more headed this way. Yeah. So we'll keep the public notified when some changes occur. But we've had some events since Christmas break. Wrestling is up to they're sitting at a 10-3 dual record. Dropped a close one, dual with Fort Madison, 40-36. Last week, and then went to the I think it's the Gary Curtis Memorial Tournament, wrestling tournament at Highland, where Aaron Boone won the 132. He was also named most outstanding wrestler of the tournament, so kudos to Boone. And then Chase Greiner finished second at 157, and there were several kids that finished in the top 6, and that's a big tournament. I think I saw 18 teams were listed in the team standings, and Washington finished 5th overall.
Well, congratulations, guys. You're putting together a great season. Congratulations to Coach Chambers.
Yeah, they're headed down to Mount Pleasant tonight. We're going to try to beat this next wave.
Get there and get back. What time are we talking about getting snowed on again?
9 p.m. is the ETA on that.
And how much?
I don't know. They're saying 5 to 10.
Oh my gosh.
We'll see.
What did we officially get the other night?
I don't know, because they said 9. Well, I do know this. I think it was KCRG had us 9.3. I stuck a ruler in my yard. 14. Well, I had 14 in my yard.
I think Iowa City had 14.
Yeah. So I think I'm going with 14.
I'm going to say 14. It was a lot.
Whatever it was, it took a long time to push snow yesterday. There's a lot of sore bodies across the community today.
It's heart attack snow too. It's that heavy wet. That's what we call it at the hospital.
Yeah.
Heart attack snow. It's heavy wet snow. Yep. It's hard to move.
Cause a little extra stress on the body.
Heart attacks.
Yep.
Yes.
So we've got a duel down at Mount Pleasant tonight, 6:30 p.m. And then tomorrow night is Matt Backer's home youth tournament. And so, I want to highlight that too, because we have some kids involved with our youth that hopefully will be involved. Hopefully the weather will help out to make that happen. Yeah. But that's tomorrow, and it's a huge tournament. If they're able to have it, you'll see a lot of, I think they said there's 200 and some wrestlers that are signed up for that, 240 wrestlers, I think, in total. So it's a pretty big event. It's a great fundraiser for the organization, for the Matt Backers organization. And as we've talked about before, they're a huge supporter with anything wrestling related and other activities too. They do some donations for some of our other clubs and organizations.
So will that just be at the high school, or is that the middle school?
Yep, no, they have it at the high school.
Okay.
They'll get things set up throughout the day. As
I recall, and I've been to a lot of wrestling tournaments, that was one of the better run ones, historically speaking.
Yeah, and they've got the updated technology with timer tables, and it's just a well-run event. That's why so many people want to attend.
Yeah.
Moving on to basketball, we've got girls basketball sitting at 6-5. They opened up after the winter break with a win over Burlington. Played really, really well in that game. 3-2 in the conference. Currently, Adeline Long is leading scorer at 12.4, followed by Lauren Hendrickson at 6.5 and Addison Miller at 6. Rebounding, Macy Williams is leading the team with 56 rebounds. Addison Miller with 39 and Adeline Long with 36. So just a couple key highlights. They will travel to potentially travel to Keokuk tomorrow to take on the Chiefs, and both the boys and girls Keokuk teams are leading the conference. So it's a big night tomorrow night. Both teams were beaten at home by them, and so it's an opportunity to go down and see where we're at and the improvements that we've made.
Where does 3-2 put them in the conference? Are they
they're sitting in
middle table?
Yeah, we're looking at like the third spot right now. Fort Madison would be second.
But not out of it.
No, not at all. I mean,
Keokuk,
2 games out.
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
Okay.
So Keokuk's undefeated. I believe Fort Madison has 1, maybe 2. It might be us tied with Fort Madison because Burlington actually beat Fort Madison, and then Keokuk beat Fort Madison. So I think we're tied at second with Fort Madison right now. Yeah.
Did you have an update on girls wrestling, by the way?
I don't right now with the girls wrestling, but so girls basketball, that's kind of my update. They've got a busy week. Keokuk tomorrow, Oski Saturday, and then Burlington Notre Dame on Monday, which is a makeup game from last Monday's change. So boys basketball sitting at 4-6, 2-3 in the conference. They also have Keokuk tomorrow. They do not play on Saturday, but we'll host Burlington Notre Dame on Monday, which the Burlington Notre Dame boys I think are like 8-4, so they're a pretty good team. So it's a good measuring stick these next couple games for our boys. And I'll let Coach Stark and these guys talk a little bit more about the season and things. Bowling. Caleb Zigolowski was an individual champion last Thursday down at Mount Pleasant with a 452. Mr. Stone, Coach Kelly Williams, and I went down and watched both teams, the girls and boys bowlers, get after it, and it was fun to watch. Mount Pleasant has a nice facility there, and our kids competed well, but Caleb Zigolowski ended up coming out on top.
Nice job, Caleb. Yeah, congratulations, buddy.
They're making steady improvements. Like Kelton Burke had 7 strikes in a row in his first set in the first game. So there's definitely some improvements happening within that team. Somebody must have jinxed him. It's like a perfect game in baseball. Pretty much.
Probably get a strike on this one.
Double turkey.
Double turkey.
More than a double turkey, because turkey's 3 in a row.
Yeah, so it's a double turkey and a third.
I'll have to ask him if there's a name for 7
turkeys.
It's like the 12 days of Christmas. Maybe they have something the same for like
a double turkey is a 3.
No, a turkey is a 3, and he had 7 strikes in a row. So like it's kind of like a double turkey in a way.
And a third, 2 and a third turkeys.
2 and a third turkeys. We're going with that.
Yeah.
Archery just hosted their second tournament last weekend. Sounded like it went very well. And then the last thing is we are 1 month away from postseason activities.
That's crazy,
isn't it? So our girls basketball team and wrestling open up. It's like the 12th of February or 10th of February. It's the 10th of February is when they open up. It's amazing how fast. Jinx. So
I mean, a Coke.
Yep. Preseason meetings for spring activities are going to be starting up here in the next month. So, just want to highlight to the public, ask your son or daughter, have they heard anything about a preseason meeting? Because they are popping up. Make sure they get to those because it's good information, especially for incoming freshmen. With track coming up, it is a longer season with the indoors and the outdoors. So if they have any questions with that, because they actually start up like February 12th, somewhere in there, for their official start date. And then we have indoors at Wartburg and UNI and Iowa State.
I mean, when I look outside right now, I think spring sports.
That's what I'm not sure I think the same way, but yeah.
A little sarcasm.
Yeah, I'm picking up on that right now.
I'm laying it on pretty thick,
yeah. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to share that, and then social media, continue to follow our Facebook. Josh Anderson is kind of like our digital media guru. He's done a great job with creating digital visuals to promote some of the events that we have, and
awesome.
We're adding a career internship students, so we're slowly growing that program to where maybe we can start creating some highlight videos and
cool.
share some
That'd
things.
That'd be awesome.
So that is a wrap for right now with activities.
Well, we're going to go ahead and go to commercial, and then when we come back, we'll be talking with Collin Stark and a couple of his stud basketball players. Thank you, Coach Miller.
Thank you.
At the Capper Auto Group, we put our customers' needs first and understand that everyone is as different as the vehicle they select. We offer new Ford, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram vehicles in a friendly environment that puts you in the driver's seat. When it comes to service, we maintain factory-trained technicians and competitive pricing. The Capper Auto Group still believes that service after the sale provides the best customer experience. Come see the Capper experience for yourself.
You know, it's not a question of what all you have and so on with your life. It's who is in your life and how much you care for them and how much they care for you. And Tammy definitely cares.
I met Tammy about 20 years ago when her daughter was in Special Olympics and I was coaching. Told me that she was into doing senior benefits. We became even closer friends. She cares about everybody, especially the seniors, so call her.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
All right, welcome back to the Patterson Miller Sports Page. I'm your host, Todd Patterson. I'm joined in the studio now by the head coach of the Washington Demons boys team, Collin Stark. How you doing, Coach?
Doing good.
And a couple of his stud basketball players. I've got Cale Williams here to my right, your left, and I've got Logan McDowell, one of the more colorful and famous players to ever come through Washington Demon High School basketball.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And whose mother you can always hear in the stands very clearly.
Very loud.
And your dad, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Different tones, I think, but
very different tones. Yeah. Yes. So, Coach, why don't you give us a rundown of the season so far, and how you think things are going? What do you have upcoming? Coach Miller talked a little bit about postseason play, and talk a little bit about your conference, how that's shaping up, and sort of how you see things going.
Yeah, like Coach Miller said, we're 4-6 right now, 2-3 in the conference. Before break, I thought we were starting to really get on a roll. We had a very tough schedule with Pella. I know Mount Pleasant is leading the conference right now. We had Keokuk, Grinnell. There was a lot of good competition, and I think the game that really felt like it was that game to really push us to the rest of the year was at Fort Madison, where at the time Fort Madison was kind of tied with Keokuk at second in the conference, and we went down to their place and really put together a really good game, and I think we're going to see more of that in this second half. The Burlington game I don't think was quite what these guys wanted to start the second half of the year.
Pretty good first half, as I recall, and then had a rough third quarter. Is that kind of
Yeah, it was essentially the third quarter. The rest of the game, they were pretty much even with Burlington. It was just that third quarter.
Yeah, that does happen.
Yeah, and it was definitely tough. For myself watching it on the couch. We're trying to stay calm, but I know these guys are wanting a game here soon. And I know with the weather, it's been making it difficult to get back on, even in the gym.
Yeah.
With having tonight will be our first practice. Since Monday, and hopefully we can have a game here soon.
Yeah. So you start in the second half of the season. How do you think things are shaping up in the conference, and what are you feeling about postseason play?
Yeah, I think right now, we're kind of in that middle part where I believe us and Burlington are tied for third or fourth, maybe even fourth. Right now, Fort Madison's kind of right there, and Mount Pleasant and Keokuk. I know Mount Pleasant got Keokuk right away in the beginning of the year, but they're kind of at the top of the conference. And I think it's every year it's always about making sure that we take care of business at home and steal some on the road. And I think right now we've been playing better away from home than we have at home, and that's something that hopefully now that we're starting to get a lot more home games towards the end of the year here, when it's crazy to think that there's about a month left of the season, but we're going to have a lot of games crammed in these next 4 or 5 weeks, and I think we'll be right there where I think we're going to be hopeful to get maybe a 4 or 5 seed, maybe 6 seed, and try to make some noise on the bottom side of the bracket. And I don't think any team in our area will want to play these guys at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Just with us being mostly guard oriented, but any given night, if we have that energy and that outworking the teams, I think our shots are starting to fall pretty consistently, and this is a fun team to watch.
I agree. I saw the Albia game and maybe one other, and what I noticed was a lot of heart, a lot of effort from this team on the defensive end. I know Logan always is tough on the defensive end. Then you had, especially in the second half, really balanced scoring, as I recall. And you guys have really good shooters. At least you can have really good shooters as far as shooting goes. Some days nobody shoots well. Nobody understands that. But so you have a balanced team is what I feel like. And when I read about you in the paper, you got different leading scorers, each night, it seems like, and things like that. So what are you thinking about Keokuk tomorrow? So that's a big game.
It is.
In the conference and both for playoff implications.
It's a great, they call it, trying to remember, something field house down there in Keokuk. And, it's really one of the most unique high school gyms as far as, there's seating behind the baskets, and I know that. The backboard just seems to hang in space. Yes.
Right? There's nothing behind it. There's the perspective.
I think these guys hopefully will, be ready to shoot down there, because I know in the past some of our Washington boys basketball teams have always struggled shooting in that gym. But, I think they've got about 6'8", 6'9" post. That's, really gave us fits in the first game, as well as they've got a shooter that kind of went off against us. In that
Horde, probably.
Yep.
And then the big kid, is he a sophomore? He's a young kid,
sophomore,
right?
Yeah. And I think, too, the first time we played him, we had played Grinnell the night before. So it wasn't as much. It was the third of three games in a week. And you could kind of tell we were starting to get a little tired in that game. So I think we're looking forward to having today's practice to really prepare and make sure that we're ready for kind of their inside out. They really use really use their big kid to try to get us collapse and then they try to kick out. So we'll know who their shooters are this time around, and we'll have a plan in place to hopefully go down to Keokuk. And
I think Keokuk has caramel corn at the concession stand. It's one of my favorite places to go because of the caramel corn. You guys won't have the ability, but your parents will. It's good stuff. All right. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I'm going to be talking with Cale Williams and Logan McDowell about their basketball seasons. Thanks, Coach.
Yep, thank you.
Federation Bank is a locally owned bank providing award-winning customer service. We believe that we are more than just a federation of banks, but a federation of communities, serving Brighton, Richland, Wellman, and Washington, Iowa. Federation Bank's highly skilled staff is here to make sure you are able to accomplish your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. Federation Bank, your family bank. Family owned and operated by Andy and Sarah Ross, Ross Auto has been your vehicle repair and maintenance headquarters since 1935. We specialize in all makes of cars and light-duty trucks. With our variety of available services, let us help you keep rolling and your vehicle operating efficiently. Services include general auto repair, alignments, brakes, fuel injection, and more. Schedule your appointment today at 319-653-5656. That's 319-653-5656.
I am Melissa Westfall with Homegirl Realty. Heather and Charlotte and I have worked together for many years, and we have always had a vision to have a business together.
I'm Charlotte Howard, and the good news is we bring a very high level of experience. We have a combined 80 plus years of experience in this real estate marketplace.
I'm Heather Merrick, and Homegirl Realty brings a lot of things to the table. We have phenomenal communication with our clients, buyers and sellers, to make sure things are going smoothly and you don't have anything to worry about.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics, providing quality health care that puts you first. Whether during a hospital stay, seeing a primary care provider for wellness exams or sick visits, minor surgery to a total joint replacement, or recovering from an injury, we're here when you need us.
More than you expect for your health care. Washington County Hospital and Clinics.
All right, welcome back to the Patterson Miller Sports Page. I'm your host, Todd Patterson. I'm now joined, this is my favorite part, no offense, Coach, or Coach Miller. This is my favorite part when we get to talk to the stud athletes. I got Cale Williams over here. Cale, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Shout out to your parents.
Shout out Ben and Jody Williams.
B-Dub and J-Dub. Over here I got Logan McDowell. Hi, Logan. Say
Hola.
hi to Dana and...
Hi, Mom and Dad, Dana and Mark.
So, Mark, if you're watching, I told Logan about the play that you called at the end of the Wapello game about 10 years ago. Maybe you could tell him about that tonight when you get home. So, all right, gentlemen. Cale, we'll start with you. What year are you?
I'm a sophomore.
All right, what number?
Number 1.
How'd you pick that? First to the wardrobe room?
Last year I got my varsity jersey at like the middle of the season, and it was either that or like 32 or 41. So like, yeah.
41, yeah, that's a classic, isn't it? The one that hangs down to your knees, you gotta put a belt on.
Yeah, and it's small, so.
All right, so what position do you play, and what is your role on the team?
I kind of play all positions. I kind of play like a guard when we need a guard, or like a post when we need a post, or anything in between. And my role is honestly to like hustle and get rebounds. So
you're the scrappy, are you like Dennis Rodman type, would you say?
Yeah.
You know who that is?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know. It was a long time ago. You certainly know who that is, right?
I do know.
The Worm. So you play just like Dennis Rodman?
I try to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I see that. All right, so what do you think about this year so far?
I think it's gone pretty good. From playing like a bunch of JV last year, I feel like I've transitioned okay. And our team, most of our team has played JV together last year, besides Logan. But so we already had a lot of chemistry coming in, and now, we're not playing as good as we probably should be, like he said before break. But
so for you, so you're talking about like, is it the Roth brothers? Rajan and
Roman and Drew played JV last year.
So that was kind of a core group that you guys had. So what's the biggest transition to like full-time varsity? I'm always curious.
Probably the speed and like physicality for sure. But I feel like I've transitioned pretty well. I feel like I've gotten more physical too. So
I feel like the announcers are better at the varsity level too.
Yeah.
All right, Logan, let's talk about you a little bit. How's this year shaping up for you?
I think pretty good. We just need to fix a couple things all around, and then I think it'll be great.
So, remind us your year. I mean, you're kind of the wily veteran of the group now, but what's your year, and what's your role on the team, position you play?
I'm a junior. Like Kale said, I'm kind of post and a guard, and then my role is kind of play defense. I try to play defense on their better player. I'd say scorer, and then I don't get as many rebounds as I did last year. But
it's a pretty tough assignment when you're guarding their best player and you're being asked to score also, probably against their best defender, I would think.
Yeah, one of their top defenders, probably. Yeah.
So, what number are you? I didn't ask you that.
Number 4.
And why do you have that number? Because you were 4th to the...
Well, so I think I got my number my freshman year. I got 4. And I was like, Dad, I think I'm going to change it to 20, like my AAU number. He's like, well, you got your freshman year. You might as well keep it throughout your whole high school years. And I was like, all right.
So now you're 4.
Yeah, I'm 4 now.
Do you have seniors on this team? I guess I forgot to ask you.
Yeah, we have 4 seniors. Roman Roth.
Okay.
Noah Greiner.
Okay.
Who came back out this year.
Yeah, he hasn't played for a while either.
And then we have Braden Downs.
Okay, I don't think you know.
And then Andrew Shepard.
Oh, sure, I know Andrew. So, and then you got a freshman who's playing pretty well, right? W. Stone's son, right? I guess I don't. Nick? Is it Nick Stone?
Yep.
So he looks like a pretty good shooter. Maybe I saw him in the Albia game, but he had maybe 2 or 3 or 4 threes, something like that.
Yeah, I think Nick comes in. He's our 6th man, and that's, you talk about roles with you guys. That's one of his big roles is obviously he can shoot the ball extremely well, and the rest of his game is coming along. As the year's been going on, and but when he's open, these guys have been doing a good job of getting him the ball.
Yeah, corner 3 guy look to me. So Logan, are you? How many years have you been playing basketball?
I don't know. I feel like I've been playing it forever. I just used to go to just a Y with my brothers and just play with them. But I think started playing with as teams when Y ball starts, Y basketball. I don't know. What
3rd or 4th grade maybe?
Yeah, probably. That's what I'd say.
And then how long have you been doing AAU stuff?
AAU since I was in 7th grade.
And then how many teams have you played with AAU?
I've played for one mainly, and then when COVID hit, I played for a different team. But I mostly played for Barnstormers, and that other team was Core 45.
Oh, you played for D. Moore's group, huh? Mm-hmm. Cool. So what's the difference between playing high school basketball and AAU? I probably asked you that last time, but I'm always fascinated by that because it looks totally different to me.
I feel like AAU is a lot more ISO, not many plays called either sides, and then also I think
no team game.
Not really.
Yeah.
And then I'd say fouling, because you get hacked in AAU and then
nothing.
They won't call it, but then the smallest thing in high school can get called. But, you just gotta accept that.
You just have to adjust. Mm-hmm. So at this point, I know you're only a junior. You have any plans for next year from now?
Not as of right now.
Yeah? Would you like to keep playing basketball?
Yes, I would love to keep playing basketball.
What about football? You had a good football season too.
I don't know. I'd go anywhere to play any sport, I think.
Really?
Yeah, maybe run 800s and track for in college.
I mean, why don't you see where it goes first? Because that sounds like an awful thing to do.
Yeah, that's the last resort.
Yeah. Yeah, but you've got some good 800 times. And it's almost, there's only 14 inches of snow, but, it's getting to be track season here soon.
Yeah.
All right, so Kale, what's your plan for Keokuk tomorrow, other than sweet jams?
Hopefully we can actually play, but...
All right, let's assume that happens.
Yeah.
Who are you going to be guarding? You know?
I don't know.
Find out tomorrow?
I guarded the big kid a little bit last time.
Yeah, we haven't had practice to
Yeah.
to figure that out.
Do you know like how to, you know where the kidneys are located?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't say that. We should edit that out. There's ways to move those big guys around. Like let them lean on you and then move really quick. That kind of stuff. You do that kind of thing? Do you talk trash? Don't, again, this is off the record. You talk trash to them? Call them like tiny?
Yeah.
Really? No.
but-
Because that's ironic.
Yeah, because he's big.
Yes, because he's big.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
No, but we've played him since, middle school. He's the same height as he is now.
Oh, really? So he's what, 6'8"?
I think he's taller than that, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, he's big too. He's not just tall.
Yeah, I saw a picture of him in the paper. Yeah. So how tall are you?
6 foot.
6 foot?
Yeah.
So he's just giving up 9 inches on that? And
Yeah.
some weight?
Yeah.
Oh, you got this. Again, just check with your dad about where the kidneys are and he can help you with that.
All right.
All right, so then what do you got next? You got nothing Saturday. You got a game next Tuesday,
Monday. Notre Dame.
Notre Dame. Makeup?
Yeah.
Okay. There?
Here.
Here? Okay. What do you know about them?
I know they have a guard who played last year who's pretty good. They got a kid that they played in JV last year. He can shoot. They talk a lot of trash. Notre Dame
Notre
does.
Dame kids?
They do. You wouldn't think so, but they do.
I won't comment on that, but yes, you wouldn't think so. All right.
Yeah.
Do you talk trash? Do you talk trash?
Not. I mean,
If they
it depends.
If they talk trash to me, I'll maybe not. Like, it depends how bad they start talking trash. Then I might, but then it's
What's your best line? You can't guard me. That's my best line.
probably just screaming and one. I'd probably say Stark does that in his mind, I think.
What's your best trash talk? Come on, guys.
I don't have a given line. Like I have to have like
a plan.
I have to have someone has to say something to me first.
Okay. All day long.
I wouldn't say anything to that.
Okay, whatever. This is too lame to even.
Well, like
Kale
it depends.
Kale likes to flex, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
Could you show the flex real quick?
you guys call Travis Lyden. After this show, you call Travis Lyden and you get all the stuff that he used to say, all the, finger
The
stuff
emotes,
that he,
emotes.
all the, I'm not saying get technicals, Coach. Travis will be able to tell you how to get technicals, and then you take it one notch below that.
Okay.
All right. I'm just goofing with you guys. Play hard. Have a good time. Good luck at Keokuk tomorrow. I'm really happy that you guys were here, and I wish you the best in your season. So thanks to Cale Williams, Logan McDowell, and Coach Collin Stark for being here today. It's been a wonderful edition of Patterson Miller Sports Page, and hopefully we'll get a check back with you before the end of the season also. That'd be great. All right. I'm Todd Patterson.